Well, here she is. Just drug her in the field. She went about 75 yards. She dropped right there. Had one of her buddies come back and was checking her out for about 20 minutes, wouldn't leave. I tried calling her back in, see if she'd come in. She didn't want nothing to do with it. Finally, I had to spook her off to get her out of there. There's two more doe coming up the opposite fence line of what the field that they were in. They're still on their way right now coming in. That's why I have my bow here, just in case. They're about 100 yards, 150 yards. I don't think they're coming into this woods. They usually make a left and head back out into another section of woods over there. But this morning on my way in, I used 2 bottles of this trophy buck lure from Tinks. I squirted it about every 5-10 yards behind me as I was walking in, and about a quarter of a mile. So I went through and said 2 bottles of this stuff, and I looked over to my left about 20 minutes after I was in the stand, and I seen 2 doe coming up through the fence line over there, same trail that I walked. A couple seconds later, I seen 2 more coming in, and they followed this whole trail that I left, this Tink 69, all the way up to my stand. Made a little mistake though. I stopped it a little short. I should have continued it out past the stand and on the trail that they used to come in and out of. I stopped it there. I hit that mock scrape that was right there on that, below that tree. It's covered with leaves now from when I drug her in. I should have went past, like I said. The two doe come across that little mode behind me here. Had 2 more behind her, like I said, the 4 come up the fence line, and this one and another one was right in front of me, and they had their nose down and was staying right where I had stopped using the Tinks. And I knew if they turned around, I wouldn't have had a shot, because it would have been too much of a quarter-inch shot on them. And I wanted the first doe, but I ended up taking the second one because she gave me one of the best shots. I moved my tree stand last night from one tree to another, and I didn't go up in it. I should have. I got up in it this morning and got settled in, and when I seen them coming, I stood up and I drew once, but there was a limb right above my head, and my top cam was hitting it, and then my safety harness strap was a little bit too tight. I couldn't reach out any further, and my bottom cam was hitting the front of my climber. I was kind of in a predicament. I couldn't move the bow anyway. I was stuck right there, and I was hoping she would have taken 4 or 5 more steps back, but I had a feeling if she did, she was going to turn and I wouldn't have been able to get a shot on her. So I took what I had, and I knew she was going to go down with that shot. It was a little high and a little back, but that's all I had. It went through. Went in a little high, and it come out right here on the other side. Pulled some junk out with her, but she didn't go far. First deer of the year. It's having a bad year so far. Seen quite a few nice size bucks that were definitely takers, but couldn't close the deal on them. And I was hoping there was one following these 4, but I don't think there was. So I'd like to thank Wes at Pro Strings for making a phenomenal set of strings for my bows. Definitely no peep twist whatsoever on any of them. I'd like to thank Terry Rom of Tink 69 for supplying my deer lure for the 2009-2010 season. Does a phenomenal job. I'd also like to thank Dale Voice of Boning Archery for supplying my blazer vanes, wraps, and all my arrow supplies for the 2009-2010 season. I'd like to also thank Kurt and Eric Price of Luminoc for supplying my Luminocs for the 2009-2010 season. Using the new Luminoc Blazer Nock, which comes on the Lumen arrows, but they made an exception and gave them to me without using their Lumen arrows and being able to use my own shafts. Work every time. Fortunately, the one that I used for this one got busted off out there in the field somewhere. I got the other half of the arrow right there in my backpack, so I don't know where it is. It's under these leaves somewhere out there, but all the products I use come together and did me a good job this year so far. I'd like to thank everyone for helping me out and hope to get some more for y'all. Cheers.